All right, y'all, good morning. I just want to pop in here and talk about some very basic ass technical analysis that we can use intraday. Okay, so I have the NASDAQ pulled up here, and this is from Friday's session. Okay, so I've got a few things that I want to point out here, and hopefully it helps you guys out in future trading sessions. So, first and foremost, we always want to zoom out and see what's going on in the big picture. I mean, obviously, the NASDAQ has been grinding upwards like absolutely crazy bonkers, and we're finally starting to get a pullback, right? So we hit this 20,900, almost 21,000 area, and we started pulling back, okay? So, and then you look at the 1 hour chart, and here, let me get rid of this shit here. You look at the 1 hour chart, we've been trending down on the 1 hour chart basically since that 21,000 area. Okay, so there's a lot of momentum to the downside here, so that kind of helped us out intraday as well, right? So we want to be trading with the trend. Okay, so, and what happened intraday today? We traded down, right? And then NASDAQ closed 1% down on the day. Okay, so now let me pull up my studies here. Got a lot of extra stuff on here. I've got the 8 EMA, the 21 SMA, the 50 SMA, and the 200 SMA, which is the main one we'll be talking about here. And that is this big pink, thick blue line here, okay, that you can see going across the screen, okay. That's going to be the main thing that we're talking about here. We're also going to be talking about fibs, okay. So I'm talking Fibonacci's, okay. So, first things first, right, what we're looking for here, intraday, so we had some support in this 860 to 850 area, and we just kind of chopped around the 900 area, and then we broke down, okay? So now we're trading below this blue line here, and now we're trading back up into it, which is great. I love this. So once that happens, I am looking for a short in this area, okay? So, and it actually perfectly tagged the VWAP too. And the VWAP and the 200 SMA on the 3-minute chart sometimes perfectly lines up. There's a little bit of a space here on it. The 200 SMA is about 10 to 15 points higher than the VWAP. But price ended up tagging the VWAP exactly and then rejecting down from 875 to 704. Okay, so you're talking about 175 point drop. That's a lot of points on the NASDAQ. Okay, just 100 points on one MNQ is $200. Okay, so that's a pretty good trade if you can snag that during the day. Okay, now so here's the other thing, right? So usually when we have these volatile ranges like this, I'll take the Fibonacci and I'll take the swing high and low from the morning, and I'll plot the Fibonacci on the screen so you can see I took the swing low from 10:30, 10:45, and I took that spike high early in the session, and that gave us our 1272 and our 1618 Fibonacci extensions. Okay, so now the 1272, which we can use as an intraday trade, is right around 19,720. Okay, and price bounced very nicely off of that, and we got 100 points on that bounced up to just a little bit above 820. Okay, so again, great trade there. 100 points on the NASDAQ. If I get 100 points profit on the NASDAQ, I'm absolutely trimming out of most of them intraday. Okay, unless I'm looking for some sort of a longer term swing, but right here I'm not. Okay, and especially since the trend right now is down, I do not want to be trying to swing any longs right now. Okay, so we hit the 1272, we bounced 100 points. Trim on the way up, trim at 50 points or 100 points. You should be out of most after 100 points, right? Now, the other interesting thing is the low of the day actually ended up being right around that 1618 Fibonacci extension. Okay, so that was right around the 650 area that fib is sitting, and the low of the day was 19,654. Okay, so from here we ran up almost 150 points. Okay, so that's a pretty good trade. Okay, intraday. If you can get 200 points on the NASDAQ in one day, you're pretty damn happy. Let's say you just have 2 MNQ, you take one off at 100 points and the other one off at 200 points. Well, you just made $600 during the day, and I don't care who you are. That's a good amount of money to me. So now the other thing I want to point out was the intraday divergence that actually happened right around the low of the day, and then you can see MACD started trending up from here. So MACD made a low here, and then it made a higher low here, and then it made another higher low here, right? So that helps with my decision making on whether or not I want to try a long during the day when the trend is coming down. Okay, so we had that first MACD, was around 1140, that first swing low on MACD, when NASDAQ was around 700, 720. Okay, and then the NASDAQ made yet again another low, and that was the low of the day. But the MACD made a higher low, okay? So did the RSI. Sometimes RSI and the MACD will both kind of line up, which I like to see. There's like just a very marginal higher low on the RSI. So it was enough that I was trying to scalp along there, and I managed to get 100 points on it, so I was happy with that. But yeah, I mean, those are 3 really good intraday setups that I've used for years now, and they continue to show up intraday from time to time, and this Friday session was no different. So just keep those in your back pocket. Again, just a friendly reminder on all of those things. If you were familiar with them and you were using them in the past, and just need a refresher on them. But hopefully this helps you guys make some money on future trading sessions. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop over in the Discord and ask away. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and take care.